Abhishek, what is a term sheet in depth, if you can share on that? And also, how does it relate to fundraising for startups?
So, Mr. Naik has briefly explained about all such investment agreements already, and that was very well done by him. And he rightly said that term sheet is a mother document. So
Right.
everything starts from a term sheet. It's once the idea is in place or product viability is in place of the founders who wish to establish their business, their first move is to connect with the investors and set up a term sheet. So term sheet is a principal, or you can say primary document defining the commercial understanding. So it is in brief, very brief, it is defining the commercial understanding between the founders, company, as well as the investors. And it also would be providing a legal framework with respect to the rights, what rights the investors would be holding with respect to their investments into the company. So against this term sheet, so the broad framework which the agreements would be covering in detail. So term sheet covering would be covering all those aspects with respect to whether that is a dilution, how much that gonna happen, whatever would be the valuation of the company, with respect to the rights, what Mr. Naik has rightly said, the right of first refusal or preemptive rights, whatever the fundamental rights which every investor look for. So it is the document, and why it is crucial for the fundraising as well as the future fundraisings as well as further continuity of the company with respect to the rights of the governance and compliance levels is at this stage only that founders would be very much understanding the point that here they would be defining their rights. So this is the crucial point from where the things move. Once the term sheet is in place, all the investment documents will move around that term sheet.
Right. And
right?
yeah,
Please. No, you were
what
saying
about the
something.
binding nature of term sheets? Are these
Term
binding
sheets
or no?
are, investors whenever they wish to enter into any fundraising investment transaction with the founders. So it is the investors who, if they are so much keen to invest into the company, they always look for binding the founders with respect to having this term sheet in place, because post the term sheet, they would be putting their efforts, they would be engaging their lawyers with respect to doing the due diligence processes, like the legal due diligence or the financial due diligence and the tax due diligence. It is basis the same. If post this due diligence goes successful, so they would always want to invest into the company. So they would always want that this term sheet to be binding against the founders and the company, but not binding against the investors.
Okay, right.
Because term sheets are always subject to certain conditions as well as subject to these due diligences processes. So that in between something has come out or some disclosures which they want to hear from the founders, they come as false, like there are some gaps that comes out with respect to the preliminary understanding between the parties. Then basis those gaps, investors always want to take a back step. So always want that freedom that they could take that back step, but always they want the founders to be that term sheet to be binding against the founders as well as the company in which they would be investing.
Right.
So term sheet is you can say a fundamental or a principal document which needs to be very carefully written down by the founders as well as the company in protecting their interest as well as protecting their rights.